boys and girls, and welcome to our children's devotion. I am very excited that you're joining me again for another inspiring story. Well, the title of our story for today is, Am I Pretty? Well, before we begin the story, I want to ask you boys and girls if there was ever a time where you tripped and fell in front of a lot of people. And did they laugh at you? How did you feel about that? Well, I want you all to think about these questions and give your answers in your head, and let us read Violet's story that is similar to our story as well. Violet still did not know her classmates because it had only been a week since she had moved into the new neighborhood. One day, when she left the school, she tripped and fell down in the mud. When she got up, some kids laughed and made jokes because she stained her clothes. She thought, "Am I going to be angry and fight with them? No, I will laugh with them." So she asked, "Am I pretty?" and began to laugh and make gracious moves to make her classmates laugh. From that day on, everyone became her friend. Well, boys and girls, that was a nice story that shows us the importance of always having a positive attitude, just like Violet. I know sometimes it's very hard to think positively when we fall and our classmates and friends laugh at us. We also feel angry just like Violet, and we want to fight too. Isn't that so? But then, as Christian boys and girls, we need to understand that sometimes we shouldn't act upon our emotions, but we have to think, just like how Violet thought about her reaction towards her classmates laughing. And instead of fighting, what did Violet do? She ended up turning the whole thing into a joke. And at the end of the day, she ended up having a lot of friends. And imagine if she stayed angry. She wouldn't have had any new friends, and she'd always be upset and embarrassed when she goes to school. And I know some of us think when others laugh at us that we will take a revenge, or we will revenge how we feel. But boys and girls, that's not the right way of thinking as Christian boys and girls. We need to have the same mentality that Christ had. And how do you think Jesus reacted when people treated him badly? Do you think he fought with the people? No, he didn't fight with anyone, but instead he tried to teach them the right way to react. Or he even prayed for them to react in a better way. What do you think the classmates should have done when Violet fell? Do you think they should have laughed at her, or do you think they should have helped her? Well, the best thing to do was for them to help her, but then because we have classmates and friends who can be mean to us sometimes, it's important that we understand how to react to such situations. So, boys and girls, I would like to challenge you that when something like that happens to you, that just like Violet, you turn it into something really light. That way, it won't affect you for a long time. And what is our memory verse for today, boys and girls? Well, it's found in Matthew 5, verse 39, and it reads, "But I tell you not to try to get even with a person who has done something to you." And boys and girls, I hope that you keep this verse in your heart, that revenge is not the way to go, but helping others, educating others, and sometimes not taking things too hard helps us deal with things in a better way. So, before we go, we are going to have a short prayer and bow our heads, close our eyes, and put our hands together. Jesus, teach me to be friendly when the other children do not treat me well. Amen. Well, thank you, boys and girls, for joining me again for the story, and I pray that you have learned something new today.